I think having government involvement is really important to make any sort of thing happen. We've talked about this before in other discussions about kind of whose responsibility is it? Is it the citizens or is it the government? And in that discussion, I talked about how it's both. And so having a government that has that connection with sustainability and the desire to push for more sustainable policies, to create regulations to help with the sustainability is very important. And I do believe that other countries have had a good success and are working in the right direction of having their governments work alongside creating these regulations. And I do believe the United States would be able to do the same thing to make a huge impact, especially within the amount of people we have in different cities, different locations, that if they work with their local environment and what they know, if the policymakers understand what goes on in these local areas and they can create policies that work with them, I think it'll be really good. Some problems that would occur that I think would be if it's not localized. If it's going to be something that's broad across the board, there's going to be a lot of issues with that, with certain areas requiring different things that just from their daily lifestyles, the things that they do on a daily basis to survive. Um, that disconnect could cause trouble because someone in the city is going to have much different needs than someone that's out in the country. So I think if we have it localized, it'll be a great help with this. Another thing is just kind of a pushback because, especially in the United States, a lot of people's mentality towards sustainability are very polar. Either you're very for or you're very against it, and there's very few people kind of on the border. And so whenever you try to make policies that say, hey, okay, here's regulations and stuff to help with sustainability, there's going to be a lot of pushback from a large community and trying to make sure that works. Like I was saying, the government works with their local area that they're implementing these regulations is going to be really important to try to help overcome this barrier. And so I do believe it's really possible, and I think it needs to start happening for everyone to start moving in the right direction. I've talked about it before. Without the government kind of helping, giving that helpful nudge, it's never going to happen. There's just going to be too many people that will be resistant, not wanting to work with this and become more sustainable. So I think there's a lot of ways that we can do this. It's going to be hard to do it right, but it's definitely something we're going to have to work with to try to smooth out and try to have create a more sustainable country overall.